Diabetics, welcome to another episode of
Don't do it! The Daily Diabetics.
Y'all, it's your Saturday person Ali, and it's freestyle week, and we're gonna talk about a special subject: nutrition and Novolin R, the forgotten child of insulin. Right, Tarika?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll be right back. So, my dear people, Daily Diabetics, this is Novolin R. Novolin R is Novolin regular. It's human insulin diluted 20-fold. If I am right, I got introduced to this insulin by Dr. Bernstein, which is a low-carb, high-protein method of managing diabetes and eating. And this has been a pretty nice trick up my sleeve. If you're doing MDI, this pretty much works. You could probably do this on pumps, but do not take my medical advice. I am not a doctor, of course. Please consult your healthcare professional. So Novolin R, the best way to describe it is there's different kinds of blood sugar spikes and increases with different macronutrients. So when you have carbohydrates, and the best way I can describe it without any picture, I don't know if I'm gonna put anything up here, but it hits your bloodstream at a sharp peak and then drops down. And you hit a peak which is almost the same as the insulin peak of Novolog and Humalog and Metalog, Fiasp, all those fast, rapid acting insulins. A peak and then it drops. And that lasts the longest, I think, in your system, 5 hours. It hits your bloodstream within 10 minutes. Depends on the glycemic index of the food, which is the number or the score of the food of how fast it hits your bloodstream. Now, an important thing to remember is we want to match how insulin works with whatever macronutrient. Carbs and Novolog and Humalog work pretty aligned. It's difficult because you have a sharp peak and you have to meet another sharp peak, versus protein and fat, you have like kind of a basal movement. Protein's a little bit, has a bigger bump, and it kind of lays out. And then with fat, it's like, it almost looks like Lantis if you were to compare it. I don't know if this makes sense to you guys, but basically you want to match your peaks. Now with Novolin R, the cool thing about this is if you're eating a lot of protein in a meal or a lot of fat in a meal, or even with carbs, I'll dose with this if I'm out eating and I know there's extra oil or there's extra protein, and this helps kind of mesh in. Now I've went through a lot of trials and tribulations of going low a lot or going maybe too high with combining this. And I don't know if it's recommended by a lot of doctors. I'm putting that on the record. I do it because I'm always trying to experiment and manage my diabetes better. So at nighttime, it's been great. I take it about 5-6 units. It really depends on how much I'm eating because I rise later at night. Maybe if I go to bed at 11, I had something at 10 p.m., I'm probably gonna rise at 4 a.m. even though my blood sugar is good prior to that. Or Novolog can only do so much from the beginning. Novolin R kicks in, hits a peak, I think 2.5 hours versus 45 to an hour with Novolog. And it lasts longer. The tail of it lasts longer. Of course, it stays in your system only 5 to 6 hours, but it tails off even longer, just like protein and fat. That, ladies and gentlemen, is my freestyle subject. I appreciate you guys watching. Please comment below. Whoa. Are you learning something new about nutrition, health, or diabetes? And why or why not? We'll see you soon.